Alright, well, this is the second video I've done tonight. Apparently I'm on a roll. So, um, yes, my post earlier is about banking without a social security number. You may want to take notes. Grab your notebooks and pens. I have my special trusty blue pen. I don't fill anything out without it anymore. I've got that and my gold pen with me. But anyway, I'm going to start this off. There are two forms that you can download off the internet. All you have to do is search for them and you can find them both. But I'm going to do this. Now, I tried this with a bank. Now, if you're trying to go private and you're wanting to try to succeed in going private, you have to understand that your business and your claims will be in the private. You will do everything in the private, regardless of what it is. You will want to, of course, there are steps to doing this and filling all this stuff out. And of course, a lot of people know this. You'll have to do your affidavits. You'll have to do, your certain paperwork if they refuse you. But we're going to get into that here in just a minute. I'm going to show you these forms and give you titles and things that you can look up. You can look all this stuff up. Very simple. You can look up GAAP laws, gas laws, it's GAPP or GAP or GAAP. Anyway, you get my point. My brain's running low on enthusiasm right now. So without further ado, let's get to these forms and to show you what you need to do, how you need to present it to the bank, and then we can go from there with it. This is your first one that you will do. When you go to open up your account, yes, thank you, GAAP, GAAP. This will be the first one that you're going to have on hand when you go in to the bank. You will want to talk to a account person, a loan officer, or whoever that you're going to open up your account with, the bank. And as you can see there, it says there is no law requiring a person to obtain, have, or use a social security number to open, use, or maintain a bank account or to perform bank transactions in the United States. 31 CFR 10328. But this is one right there that they will try to use that one against you. Financial institutions may be required to ask you for proper identification, a social security number. The financial institution is required to make a record, CIP, of the identity records that you provide to them. However, there is no law requiring an account holder, and I'm going to explain that here in just a minute, account holder or customer to provide a social security number. No law, which means nothing on the law. They cannot force you to give them information that is your private information. Your social security number is your personal private information. It's yours unless you consent to giving it. Additionally, there is no law prohibiting a financial institution from opening an account or completing a transaction because a customer lacks a social security number. 31 CFR 103.33 requires financial institutions to include a notation in the record, again back to the CIP, notification in the record that a customer lacks a social security number or certain other identification. Okay, this is the notice that you're going to give them when you walk in and you tell them you want to open a non-interest bearing account. You're not going to want to open up a regular account. You're going to want a no interest bearing account. What that's going to do is it's going to make you the holder of the account, not the owner. You control the account. Once you realize that, you'll be able to do more powerful things. And here's my favorite one of all. You can use this anywhere and everywhere. USC, Title 18, Section 242 and 42, USC. Right there it is. Whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or amenities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. 42 USC Section 1983 further provides that a violator shall be liable to the party injured in an action at law, suit in equity, or other proper proceedings for redress. Then you got 42 Section 408. Now, this is where the 42 USC Section 408 comes in with your Social Security number. We all know, if you know anything about banks and banking, they will go and use your Social Security number. As soon as you give them that Social Security number, they're reaching in that back pocket, in that trust of yours, and starting to pull money. If you know anything about the banking, that's what they're doing to you. They're stealing money from you. Now, back to what I was going to say a while ago. Okay, identity records that you provide them. Your birth certificate, you can provide them your birth certificate, identification, your common law identification, a driver's license, anything like that. They will pull off this act of, well, it's in the Patriot Act that we will require you to have a Social Security number to open an account because we don't know who you are. They are lying to you. Anybody that knows this information will tell you this. The only information that they need is some type of identification proving that you are who you say you are. Now they're going to come off and say, well, we need an EIN for a DBA, or we need something to that nature. No, they don't. They don't need that information from you. None of it. They can sit there and say all they want, but they're going to have to prove it, just like we have to prove it. They have to compel. If they refuse to compel with this notice that you hand them as soon as you sit down, and whether it be an EIN or a Social Security number or an SSN, they're still going to try to reach in the back pocket, especially if you have a trust set up or a business set up. They're going to try to reach in the back pocket of this number. They always do. So no, you're not required to give them any information. Now, if the person fails to compel, this is where you need your other form, and I'm fixing to show you what it is. You use this information right here. You serve them. Okay? You serve them with this. You're basically giving them notice right there on the spot that they have to compel. Constructive notice. Of course, you're going to write the person that you are serving, the date, name of address of institution. And here's all the information. There you go. There are laws to back up your claim right there. All of them that you need. And of course, when you do this, you're going to want to make sure that you have a witness with you. And you're going to write your name representing your witness and your date. And you leave that with them. I would actually want a copy of it so you can send it to the Attorney General's office so you can open up an investigation on them. But you provide this information to the bank right here. And of course, I love this. You'll always hear me talk about this one. 18 USC 242, deprivation of rights. I love it. There you go. And again, this all goes back to laws. See, and even up here, the right is protected under the 5th, the 4th, the 1st, the 9th, and the 10th Amendments in the United States Constitution. And of course, you got your Privacy Act in there. See, the Privacy Act of 90 or 73 or 74, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's 74. Makes it unlawful to require an individual to disclose or furnish a Social Security number for any purpose, unless the disclosure or furnishing of the number is specifically required by law. See that? By law. If they can't provide you a law saying that you need to give them your Social Security number, then you don't have to give it. Period. You don't. Now, if they fail to compel even after you've served them, you will take a picture of it after you sign it, date it, the whole 9 yards. You'll take a picture of it or make another copy of it. You will send it to the Attorney General's office. You force them to compel. You make them force them to do so. I'm in the process right now of making a bank compel. I have audio files where this guy has basically called me and told me, hey, we're not going to do this because you haven't provided us this information. And again, like always, you keep it in the private. You send it to the Attorney General's office. Simple as 1, 2, 3, guys. The Attorney General is supposed to be working for you. He is on your side. As long as you present your evidence and you present the information that needs to be presented, they're going to open an investigation on that bank. In order to keep this thing out of court and to keep them from being drugged through the system, they're going to want to call you back. They're going to want to provide you with information. They'll open you a non-interest bearing account where you are the holder and not the owner of the account. They will be doing business with you on it, with a bill of exchange, a promissory note. And that's another funny thing. You can use promissory notes all day long. Banks use them, car lots use them. They are a common commerce item. Every contract you get into is a promissory note. Nothing more. They're the difference between a promissory note and a bill of exchange. So, any questions on the banking? No questions. Not one. All right, going once. Going twice. All right, guys. If y'all have any questions, feel free to comment on here on this video. I'll be able to provide some good information for you on it. And I'm sure there's other people out there that have some information on this too. I'm going to try to get on my computer. Thank you to a wonderful man. Sent me a computer from California last week. I already had the printer, and I've already went through 2 ink cartridges, printing off affidavits and forms that I need to help me along. But I want to thank you. I want to thank him for that. I will look that up, and I will share a link for that in the group. You can also look up Constructive Notice for banks, and I'm sure it'll pull it up for you. I can't remember where I found this one at. In fact, I think I've got it on my phone, downloaded to my phone. I'll have to look for it, but I'll be more than glad to post it. Hello, Tony. But I'll see what I can come up with on that. And like I said, I'll be more than glad to post it in the group. Any information that I can get on this. I know when I was just surfing the internet, of course, that's one of the things that I love to do is surf the internet on this type of stuff. I'll get so far into it that it's just unreal. But anyway, I'll find this stuff. I will be more than glad to post it in the group, or I will send it to you. Miss Christie, you have my phone number. Feel free to call me anytime. No problem. In fact, I enjoy talking to you and your husband both. So you two have helped me, and I know I've helped you out as well. So looking forward to more comments on this post, but I am going to get off of here. 4:30 comes early. I have to be the slave until I can break myself free. So as always, peace, God bless, and have a wonderful night.